The ML Sports Platter is back with you, and it's brought to you by St. Bonaventure University's online master's program in journalism. You can get started today and be a Bonnie in under 2 years. Get it done at home, remote, do your thing, sbujournalism.com. Speaking of St. Bonaventure, here we go. Bonnie's men's basketball GM Adrian Wojnarowski joins the show. Woj, it's a pleasure to have you. You know, I've been pestering you for a while. Thanks for a few, man.
It's great to be with you, Mike.
So the YouTube show, let's just start with that, right? The new show, the platform, the NIL stuff, any of the latest, kind of just, kind of put that all together, weave it in there to start us off here.
Yeah, we're going to start that later in October. It's called The Program with Woj. It'll be a YouTube show. It'll be on podcast platforms. And it's not going to exactly be the old NBA Woj pod. It's going to be kind of my exploration in learning about team building from lots of different people well across the sports spectrum, not just college basketball, certainly not just the NBA, but football and baseball, women's sports, anywhere people are doing interesting things in the team building world. I want to have them on the show and talk about that. And that's certainly what I've spent my last year since I've come back to Bonaventure, immersing myself in. And so it's fun for me. And certainly a big part of that, the priority in doing this is to raise money that we can put into our rev share and, really give virtually all of that money back to our players at Bonaventure. We're trying to be creative in how we raise money, try to compete in the Atlantic 10. And this was a way where we saw an avenue to, help to tell our story also at Bonaventure and help to drive some revenue.
Yeah, and I'd encourage everybody to subscribe and follow when that comes out. Hey, congrats on the Hall of Fame. I know that was huge for you. People say, you never dream of being a Hall of Famer, and it happens in the call. A lot of us say you're going to be a Hall of Famer, by the way, but you get the call, and baseball players will say this a lot, football, hockey, every sport. It changes your life a little bit, right? Do you feel a little different when it says Hall of Famer Woj now?
Yeah, it was a great weekend, really, certainly a really nice honor, and being able to spend it with my family and a lot of close friends from all different chapters of my life, from childhood all the way through folks that I, got to know through basketball, through my job at ESPN and Yahoo and other places. It was a really neat cross section of people. And, Jackie McMullen told me this, a good friend of mine and an idol of mine as a young reporter. And I got to work with her for a few years at ESPN before she retired. She said, you'll feel it when you get up to do the speech and you look around and you see all the older players. And I did, the contemporary guys like a Carmelo Anthony or Dwayne Wade, and I saw them. That was great. But when you look out there and there's Dr. J and Isaiah Thomas, and you kind of think of yourself as a 10 or 12-year-old kid watching those guys play, never imagining that, number one, you would know some of those guys. And B, they would actually be sitting there listening to you say something. That was a pretty cool part of it.
Final thing for you, maybe in a minute or so that I have left, a quick sneak peek into the team this year for the Bonnies. What makes you most excited about this group? International flavor here, man. Putting on the frequent flyer miles, have you? Huh? Come on now.
Yeah, listen, we're going to go everywhere in this world to find guys who fit our program, who can be difference makers. We've got to be creative in our recruiting, in our retention. We want to be able to I think you're trying to build 2-year teams in this era. And you're not going to keep everybody financially, positionally, minutes wise. There are lots of factors that impact retention. But we don't want to turn our roster over every year either. I think last year, we thought we could get a lot better, and I think we did. We were okay with the turnover last year. We wanted to keep Melvin. We weren't able. He got tremendous opportunity at Kansas, and I think Melvin can be an example. Melvin Council from Rochester can be an example of the trampoline of coming to Bonaventure and ending up at a place like Kansas. And that's part of the reality of where we are. But, you know, what we really wanted, and we certainly have this, is a group of guys who are gym rats, who put in the work, want to put in the work, good teammates, you know, and really Bonaventure resonated with this group, the campus, the community. You know, they feel it. They feel the excitement about this team around. You know, we had a kind of like a brown and white, you know, fan fest in September with the men's and women's team. And, you know, we had half the arena that we put the fans on packed. It was Parents Weekend, and the guys felt the juice. And going down to New York City this past weekend and doing a pro day, which no mid-majors are doing, in the city, having 23 NBA teams there, having Tom Thibodeau there, whose dad is a Bonaventure grad, and Tibbs has been great to our program. And I think that, you know, those things are all important as we're trying to create an experience and an environment that guys want to be a part of. And I think we've got a deep group. I think we have a versatile group. We have size. I think we'll have very good guard play. Frank Mitchell and Joe Grahovic up front are going to be formidable in our league and help us to match up with some of the really good big men that are back in our conference. And we've got a great schedule opening up at Bradley in the field of 68. You know, they're a 28, 29 win team last year, and perennial power in the MVC, and obviously playing Carolina, the Tar Heels down in Fort Myers around Thanksgiving. So we're excited about the group we have. We think that people are going to enjoy watching this team. And, you know, and I think certainly, you know, we're trying to navigate a challenging world that's changing every day in this, but you know, we're definitely excited about the group we have, and we're working hard to improve on this team.
All Bonnies all the time, on and off the floor. Woj, can't thank you enough for coming on. I got to let you go, not just because of the schedule, but I know you got to get back to the Burton and grab another burger. You're up over a couple hundred since you've been back on campus. Thanks so much, man. You're the best. Really appreciate this.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me on.